welcome back to Simrai Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial here on this channel. So today's tutorial will be making these asymmetric bustier with illusion. So it's going to have an illusion yoke and is also asymmetric all together. So since it's an asymmetric, here I already have my full bodice pattern. So note that whenever you are making asymmetric bodies, your full bodice pattern should be the first consideration. So secondly, since you have your bodice pattern here, I'll simply go ahead and divide my shoulder seam line. So you see where I'm dividing. So that is the first thing I love to do. So once I've done this, I know I've already done what I'm supposed to do. So I just connect my shoulder seam line to the bust point. That's the first I will do. Secondly, I'll come over and I'm going to take my bust point measurement to the under bust point. So my bust point measurement to the under bust, here I have 3.5. So I love to do this because it guides me on where the bust is going to sit. So when I'm also padding this dress, I also know where exactly to stop and to start. So you can see my bust radius all around. So you can make as many points as possible provided it guides you. Okay, so the difference between bust points and under bust points, that is what I'm taking as my bust radius. So from the bust point, I take my bust around like that, like that. So wherever you have the dots, that is where your bust is. So I think I'm okay with what I have now. So one part is going to be the shoulder, one part is going to be the tube part. So we want to start from the tube part first. So the first thing I'm going to do is from the center front, what I have here is my center front. This line is called the center front line. So every measurement I'll be taking for each body will start from the center front line. So from this center front line, I want to create the illusion. So the illusion actually is going to start from the center front at 0.5. That is how I'm going to mark it. And on this part at 0.5. So from here, I take 0.5, from here 0.5. Next I will do is to come over to the bust point. And from the bust point, I'm going to mark 1.5. And I'll mark 1.5. So this depends on what you actually want, the wideness you want for the illusion. So I'll first connect what I have from here to here, and I'll connect what I have from here, and I'll stop somewhere here. I'll not actually get to this line because we have the shoulder line coming to meet it at that point. So once I'm done with that, I'll come over to here and I'll measure my bust radius. This is my bust radius. I love to add 0.75 for tube to cover up a little bit the bust. So from this point which I came up, I will connect my ruler to meet this line and this line. If you have been following us on this channel, you know this is the pattern we go for our tube dress. Now I'm going to place my pattern ruler. I might decide to go with the inner ruler. It must not be the outer one all the time. So whichever one that fits in. So the inner one fits in and have a rounded what I actually want at that point. So I'm done with this illusion running into, you can see it there. So next I want to talk about what we have on the shoulder part. So for the shoulder part, I'll simply come this way. You remember we came in by 1.5 to here, and this is the midline of my shoulder. So I actually want my neckline to be on the midline. So I'll just come like this from that point. I'll just, okay, but before I do that, I'll just want to, because I see the illusion coming this way from here. The illusion line I created, I see it coming this way to somewhere here. Okay, so to somewhere at that point. So I want to also make it from that point. So if I have to place my pattern ruler from here to touch this line, this is what is giving me. Can you see? So I have to blend it up now. So I'll just go ahead and blend it up. Can you see? So I'll just blend it up. So I don't need this line, because that's how I want that shape to be. So I'm done with the neckline, that the part that has the shoulder. So now we want to cut out the yoke, because the yoke is a short yoke. It's not a yoke that covers the body. So this is actually the illusion neckline, but on the center front I'll just come down by 0.75, which is 3/4 of an inch. I'll place my pattern ruler this way. I'm using my inner curve, so I'm sitting it down. Can you see? I'm sitting it. I just want to sit it down, and once I sit it, anywhere it touches both lines, I'll just make a U. Okay, so your creativity should be your guide on this. So you can see we have the illusion, unless otherwise you need another thing as this. So this is our illusion yoke. So next is to contour the over bust and contour the other part. So to contour this part, it's quite easy. From this line I come in by 0.75, like I always tell you, it works perfectly for every size. So from here to here, 0.75, unless you're a super plus size, you can use 1 inch on both sides, but I love to use 0.5. So I'm using the straight part of my ruler to do this. So we are cutting off all of this, and from the under bust center front, I'm taking my under bust circumference divided by 4. This is it, and what I have left divided by 4, I will impute 0.25 here, and the rest of it I will impute there. So if you are still confused on how to contour your under bust, you can check other videos we've made on this channel for guidance. So from here I'll just go here, and from here I'll go here. So I've contoured, I'm taking up this dart, and we'll close up our bust dart. So I am coming over here, and I'm repeating exactly what I did on the under bust. What I did was to take from the center front,